reason this is the letter. This is the demo it came in. This is the actual one. The reason I sent it to myself, by the way, is this was an old school way of copywriting your music. That's what you had to do. If you wanted to copyright music, you'd post it to yourself by registered post. And the reason me and the lads had decided to do this is because we were dropping the demo into the letterbox of Larry Mullen Jr., the drummer from U2. And I thought, we need to fucking protect ourselves here, lads. Because the second U2 hear these riffs, they'll have no choice but to rob them from us. So I dropped the demo into Larry Mullen, as you do, and in the I just sent it a letter saying, "Dear Larry, how are you? Here's our band's demo. Love if you could give us a bit of feedback. Also, we were disappointed not to get tickets to see you guys in Slane. Hope you enjoy the show." Thought nothing of it. Well, thought a lot of it, but fuck it. Went home. Following day, my phone rang. It was Larry Mullen. Rang me up himself. He just went, "Hello, is that Connor?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "This is Larry Mullen." I went, "Oh my God, hi Larry, Jesus, thank you for calling me. Did you get the demo?" He goes, "I haven't heard it yet." I go, "Oh, fair enough, don't worry." And he goes, "Do you still want to go to Slane?" And I went, "Yeah, I'd love to go to Slane." And he goes, "Right, well look, there's 2 tickets waiting for you in the U2 office if you want to go in and pick them up." And I was like, "Larry, that's unbelievable, thank you, it's so generous." And he was like, no, you have to pay for them." And I thought, what a fucking cunt. So I went into town and I picked up the demo. Or sorry, the tickets. And they cost me £80, which back in those days was almost £80. And I realised there's a problem. What he'd done is he'd give me tickets for the extra date they just added that day. And I wasn't even going to be in the country. So I decided to do what any noble fan would do, which is immediately put them in the buy and sell and try and sell them to an American for 500 quid. It worked. A few days later, I got a phone call going, "Hey, is this Connor?" I went, "Yes, it is." He goes, "You still got the U2 tickets?" I go, "I do indeed." He goes, "Can I have them?" And I went, "Well, for money." And he went, "Okay, can we meet somewhere public?" I went, "You're not coming to my house, so yeah." So we go and we meet in a place called the Marine Hotel in Sutton. Now, this story sounds bizarre and unbelievable, and fair enough if you don't believe me, but this actually happened. We go into the Marine Hotel. It's 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. I have just got myself a new fake ID, which made me a god amongst my friends for a few days. I order myself and Will a pint. We sit down waiting for this guy to come in and take the tickets. We sit down enjoying our drinks, and as we're sitting down, the barman comes over to our table and says, "Lads, are you supposed to be here?" And we're dressed like these guys. This is us here. We're just looking like that in the middle of this posh enough bar, having a beer. And the barman's like, "Are you supposed to be here, lads?" Now, if you're ever asked that question, just say yeah. Well, what's the worst that's going to happen? They'll kick you out. That's what we thought. We sat there and said, yeah. He goes, "Fair enough, so." He sits down, right? And next thing you know, he goes back to the bar. This American guy walks in. He spots us. He comes to us. He goes, "Have you got the tickets?" And I say, "Yes." He goes, "I have the money." And I go, "Okay." He fans the money. And now, obviously, this man had never done any haggling in his entire life because he fanned out 500 quid in front of me and he went, "Can we discuss the price?" And I went, "Absolutely not." Took the money off him, gave the tickets, and he fucked off. So we're sitting there enjoying our pints. I'm holding £500 in cash in my hand. I've never had more money in my life ever. Myself and Will are thinking, we're almost millionaires. We can do whatever we want from now on. Life is going to be fun. And as this is happening, we're having this chat. The bar gets emptied out. The barman's literally kicking people out. He starts locking the doors. Curtains are being pulled down. Side doors are locked. And then the back doors are opened. And next thing you know, Larry Mullen himself walks into the bar. Then the Edge. Then the other one. And then Bono. And they're all very well dressed. They're followed by almost every famous person I've ever heard of in Ireland. They're all dressed in like full-on suits and everything, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, they found out about our buy and sell scam. we're in serious trouble. We're looking at jail time for this. This is, and then we find out what had actually happened. Is we had accidentally stumbled across the after party for Bono's dad's funeral. So we're sitting there in the middle of the afters for Bono's dad's fucking funeral, dressed like this. And we're thinking to ourselves, right, well listen, if we run away, it's going to look bad. Let's just sit down and sip our drinks and leave. And besides, it's the first pints I ever bought on my own as well, so I wasn't wasting it. Next thing, Bono starts making the rounds. of all the seats and everyone that was there just to say thanks for coming. And he's coming towards us, and Will's like, he's fucking coming over here. And I was like, he is coming over here. Okay. He gets over to our table and he just looks at us for a few moments thinking, I don't know what he was thinking. He just looked at us in a very kind of like perplexed, sort of like, he just went, how are you lads? And we said the only thing you can say in that situation, which is, Bono. And he said, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, it means a lot. And we went, he was a great man. And then as he walked away, Will turned around and said, have you heard the demo? I was like, not now, it's not the right time.